Hello, I'm Poppin' Moses, and welcome to Photoshop for Jesus. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." I like that, so I was thinking, I want to do a God text. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. Alright, here's what it's going to look like. It's pretty nice. We got shadow underneath, or we have a reflection. It's kind of like a a rock, steel, So here's what we're gonna do. Teach you how to make that. All right. Now I'm gonna be moving pretty fast, just because there's a lot of info on this, but you can always rewind. All right. So we have a black background. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna go to our text tool. Alright, I'm going to select God. Now, take notice that this effect only looks pretty good on really big, boldy, blocky letters, alright? But what you're going to do is the first letter is you're going to grab your brush tool, and you're going to add little specks and stuff, little black dots and little black specks, and that's what you're going to do for that. It'll give you effect, okay? So we're going to select our background color, and we're going to select all, alright? So you Command A on Mac. You can also go up to select and all, and it's going to select all of our canvas, alright? What we need to do is we need to center the God text. So we're going to go up to your text, select it, go up to your move tool, so hit V on a Mac. Alright, your move tool's right here, and to the right of that you see it. You can vertically align and align horizontally. So I'm going to click on both of those, and as you can see, it aligns wherever I selected in the center of that, perfectly in the center. So Command E to deselect. So if I were to choose that right there, if I were to select that and then go up to my move tool and select vertically and align, it would align that perfectly in there. So that's good to know. So your art will always be centered correctly if you need it to be. Alright, so let's get started. Let's double click on the text so our layer styles will pop up. Alright, I'm going to be moving kind of fast. I'm going to select our bevel. Our style will be emboss. On our structure, our technique will be smooth, and it'll be changed to chisel hard, not smooth. Our depth will be 450. Direction is up. Our size will be 30%, 30 pixels. All right, and our soften will be 0 pixels. All right. Now for our shading, what you want to do is on your use global light. This is very important. You want to uncheck that. That's very important. Your angle you want to change to, I believe it's 40%. That's very important as well. Our altitude is 60%. Alright, we're going to change our gloss contour. So click on this blue tab right here. We're going to select this cone shape. Double click on that. Double click on the cone again. We're going to add two little dots right here, and we're going to move them inward just a tad bit, just on those lines. Press OK. This is what it's going to look like so far. So it's looking nice. You can see all those little dots that you added. Added a bunch of just add cool texture, and the rest is fine. All right. Make sure your angle is 40 again. So double check that. Sometimes it hops. Your altitude 60 and your use global light is unchecked. All right. For our opacity on the highlight screen mode is 100, and the same on the bottom for our shade mode. All right, it's looking good. Contour, very easy. Bump up your range all the way to 100. Click on anti-aliased. All right. Oh, let's go back to bevel and make sure that is checked down here as well. Anti-aliased. I don't know how to say it, to be honest with you, but I know what it does. Here it is. It's looking good. All right. Texture. All Alright, oof, that's nasty. Alright, scale. Alright, you want to change your texture scale to 160 and your depth to 35. Link with layers checked. Let's go to the blue tab for a pattern. We're going to be looking for a pattern called light marble. Select that. If you don't have that, click on this right over here, this little tab. Go down and select rock pattern, and then select append. And your rock patterns will appear at the bottom, and select your marble. Alright, so from here we're going to go to gradient overlay. As you see, everything's looking great. We just don't have a color. Alright, so we're going to double click on our gradient. At the bottom we have on our gradient editor, these little tabs are called color stops. We're going to double click on the black one, and we're going to change the color from black to a bluish color. So that number is 518C9D. Alright, and as you can see, it's kind of like a bluish tint, so select OK. Alright, and our other color stop to white, double click on that. We need a lighter color, so for that, the number is D9E9ED, and it's right up in the same area. It's just a higher. Press OK, and then OK, and OK again. Now here's what it should look like so far. All right, it's looking good. All right, that's step one. It's looking great. Step two, we're going to duplicate it. So right down here on our create new page, or I believe that's what it is. Yeah, create a new layer. We're going to drag that down there to that new layer, and it's going to duplicate our God text. All right. Now what you need to do from here is we're going to flip this vertically and put it underneath. But we need to get rid of all these right here. We need to get rid of our blending option modes on here, because I'll explain why as I do it. So what we're going to do is hit Control and select it. Alright, you're going to go down to rasterize type, so select that. Good. Well, that didn't do it. Okay, that's right. Okay, go to your God text layer, go down to your add a new layer. There it is. Select the top, your copy, and you're going to merge it down. Command E. There we go. That's what I need. You can also hit. You can also choose layer and merge layer, and it'll do that. Now the reason we need to do it this way, all right, is because we need to get rid of all the what are they called? Our blending options, and I'll tell you why. Select your top God copy. All right, go to Edit, Transform, and we're gonna flip it vertically. All right, there we go. It's flipped vertically. Now, with your Move tool, V for shortcut, select Shift, click and drag down. Now Shift will help you, it'll keep it aligned, and you're going to leave a little gap in between. Now the reason why we had to rasterize this is because we didn't want any of these blending options, because if we would have flipped it, this blue color would have been down here, so it would have been on the bottom instead of up here, and that would have not made it look very realistic, would it? Alright, so selecting our top, I'm going to name this God Shadow. Alright, just so I don't get confused. So select your God Shadow. You're going to go down here and you're going to add what's called a layer mask. So select that, and there it is. Alright, on a layer mask, basically when you paint white, whatever is white shows up, whatever is black disappears. So we need to make sure that over here our colors are black and white. We're going to go up to our gradient tool, so select that. Alright, and as you can see up here, black and white. Now, having our layer mask selected, go to your text, click in the middle, or press shift, click, drag down, that'll help you line it and let go. And that is going to add white on the top and black on the bottom. Remember, black makes it disappear, so you can see right here it's black, and it adds a what am I trying to say? A reflection. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go up here to your opacity, and you're going to change that to 75%. All right. There. See? Now it looks real. It's looking better. Okay. So that's pretty much it for our text. Now we're going to do our background, and we're going to use the same gradient style technique that we did. So let's duplicate our black background. All right, there we go. Okay, I just deleted it. Not on the garbage can, but on the page. There we go. All right, so from here we're going to double click. Select your gradient over here. All right, well, it's already selected. Basically, on this background copy layer, just go across and add the gradient. It doesn't matter which way you go. It doesn't matter. You just need to add it on there. All right, so let's add it on. You're going to double click on your background. All right, and on here we're going to go to gradient overlay. All right, see, it didn't really matter because it changed it anyway. And on your styles, well, let's change the color first. So let's double click on your gradient. All right, or click it once. Actually, we need black for our color style. What we need to change is the white. So double click that. I have a color selected already. It's 1E8 EAB. All right, and it's a blue. So we want to hit OK and hit OK. So as you can see, it should look like that. All right, so here's the trick. In our gradient overlay in our styles, we have linear, radial, angle, reflection, and diamond. And radial will do a circle, and angle will do an angle, reflection. So pick diamond. It's the very one on the bottom. Now this is what it should look like. It's all right. Hit reverse. It'll reverse the colors. So there we go. Starting to look nice now. And hit OK. Now, first thing we need to do is we need to go to our black. I'm going to change that copy to diamond. All right. That way I don't get confused. Let's go to our diamond color here, and we're going to change the opacity to 75%. Alright, so there we go. Now what we're going to add on that is a layer mask. Do the same thing. Go up to your, make sure black and white colors, go up to your gradient, and make sure you have your layer mask selected. And the same thing, hit shift, click down to keep the line straight, and there it is. You can play with it. If you don't like that, you can. Alright, well, that's it for Photoshop for Jesus today, so tune in to another YouTube tutorial. Thank you very much.